Hi, my name's Helen. I'm a personal trainer and yoga instructor, and I'm going to take you for a really short yin yoga session. It's 20 minutes only, so it's really good for beginners. If you've never done yin yoga before, yin yoga is where we hold poses for a long, extended amount of time. It's not quite the stage of restorative, but it's very similar. So it means that we get into a pose and we want to find ourselves to be able to relax as much as possible, but we might just be just on the edge of discomfort. Restorative, the main difference is you're so completely comfortable. Have lots of cushions or pillows nearby. That's what's going to help you get comfortable. Maybe blankets, socks, or jumpers, something that gets you comfortable. We're going to start either sitting up is completely fine, or I really recommend lying down on your back, maybe with your feet flat on the floor, maybe with your legs out long. Just taking a few moments just to breathe in and out through the nose. And if you've had a bit of a day that's a little bit full on, it's a little bit hectic, it's a little bit cause a little bit of stress, maybe take some releasing breaths. That's when you breathe in through your nose. Exhale, audibly sighing out through the mouth. And feel that little change and difference in your shoulders. So again, maybe a few more times in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And whenever you're ready, you're going back in and out through the nose. So we're just starting really still, and we're just going to scan the body from the head down to the toes. Noticing any areas that we might be holding on to tension. You may be able to relax and soften those areas once you've brought awareness to them, but maybe not. Sometimes just being aware is good enough. We're gradually going to find just a little bit more stillness. And you tend to find at the start of this, even things like your eyes will move around, even if your eyes are closed. So sometimes your eyes start moving around, looking around, and just want to try and still them onto one focus point. If your eyes are open, just soften your eye gaze so everything comes a little bit out of focus. So some of the benefits of yin yoga is taking that time to work without so much stimulation. So it really allows our nervous system an opportunity to relax, come closer to restoration and digestion, and out of our kind of stress levels of fight and flight. And of course, like with most yoga, we've got flexibility benefits as well. So take a few more breaths. And when we move between poses, you're going to really try and move as slowly as you can. So our first pose is star pose. So all I want you to do from where you are is just stretch your arms out over your head. And then open your arms out wide. Stretch your legs out long and open your legs wide. So if you're sitting up, you just make your way down to the floor. Take up as much space as you've got room for. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Once you've taken that full stretch, then just try and soften. So allow the fingers to relax. The features of your face to soften. Your shoulders to relax away from your ears. Even think of softening around the muscles around the ribs. Opening the hips and just allow the feet to fall out to the sides. And just breathe. The star pose is a really nice one. You probably won't find you're in any discomfort, but if in any pose you get uncomfortable or you feel any pain, just pull back. You can come back to Shavasana, you can come into the fetal position, you can come to sitting, whatever you feel you need. And just slowly, one leg at a time, draw your knees in towards your body, give your knees a squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. You might even want to bring your head up towards your knees. So we're stretched out long, and every time between each pose we have a little counter pose. And then gradually take your time. Just lower your feet to the floor. Open your arms wide onto the floor. And we're going to lower our knees over to the right hand side. The twisted roots. We're looking again to find the edge of comfort. So it's looking to find a nice stretch in your back. If you find you are uncomfortable as you are, bring your pillows or cushions. And you can bring them maybe underneath the knees, or it might even feel nice to put them in between the knees. If you're finding the twist isn't deep enough, bring your knees up a little bit higher. Maybe even pick up your head and look down the length of your left arm. Sometimes it's better to just start off more comfortable, and as you relax in, you get deeper into the twist rather than going in really too deeply, forcing it. And then needing to pull back. See what you find at that point. Just breathe and hold and scan your body again. When we lie on the floor, sometimes our muscles are still activating, kind of holding ourselves up. But just feel the floor underneath you and try and allow it to support your weight so you can really start to let go a little bit more. And you are about halfway. If you wanted to get any deeper into the pose, again, you can move your knees higher up again. Or maybe take your left leg and hook it underneath your right leg. Of course, if that makes it a little bit too intense, you can pull back. And any time we're in a twist, you might notice a little bit opening, maybe in across your chest, but then release through the mid-back, maybe a stretch into the side of the hips, the side of the leg, the side of the bum. The twist can also be really good for our digestive system. It kind of squeezes the muscles around the stomach and the organs around the stomach so that when we release, it helps promote blood flow to the area. Oh, excuse me. Just take a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, and take your time, slowly come out of the twist. You might like to hug your knees in towards your body and give them another squeeze. Or you may like to rest your feet on the floor or even stretch your legs out long and just allow your spine a little bit of time to kind of unwind. Use this counter pose just to notice any feelings or sensations you got from the twist in the body, around the stomach. And then taking your time, we're going to repeat to the other side. So just open your arms out on the floor, dropping your knees over to the left-hand side, and taking as long as you need to just move and adjust your pillows to help support you as needed, maybe underneath the knee, maybe between the knees. And again, you might like to lift your head, look up and look down the length of your right arm. And you're halfway if you wanted to make the pose a little bit deeper. Maybe you could cross your right knee underneath your left. Or move your knees up higher towards your arms. But don't force anything, don't pull or push or squeeze. Just relax and be. Just take a few more breaths. And again, taking your time, breathe in and slowly come out of the posture. Maybe hug your knees in, maybe gently rock a little bit forward and back or side to side. Maybe you want to stretch out long on the floor or feet to floor. We finish in Shavasana. So traditionally Shavasana is lying on our backs with the legs long, feet roughly hip distance, arms on the floor by the side, just slightly away from the body with the palms up. Your shoulders away from your ears. Let your feet roll out to the side. If you get back pain, you may want to bring your legs in or maybe roll on the side. You may even reverse to roll on your front. So we've just got a few more minutes now to stay, not be stretching, not be doing anything, just breathing, noticing how we feel compared to at the start. You can stay in Shavasana for much longer if you like. But when you do feel ready to move, just do it gradually again. So very slowly pull your knees in towards your chest. And then very carefully roll over onto the left-hand side into the fetal position. Maybe using your hand to help to support your head. And when you feel ready, breathe in and start to push your way back up until you're sitting. Sit comfortably and just take a few more breaths, maybe even another little releasing breath. When you're ready, slowly blink your eyes open. Well done, and I really hope you enjoyed the taster and tea in.